reacting to linebacker Ernest Jones. Yes, what he has meant to this Seahawks team that's got the #1 seed in their sights tomorrow against the Rams. Unbelievable. If you don't know Ernest's story, he starts his career with the Rams, wins a Super Bowl there, and then after a few, he's still freaking running. I'm going to get through his whole Wikipedia bio, and he's still running. After a few seasons, right, they get cut short by injuries. He has some adversity. They trade him to the Titans in 2024, okay? And that's something that Ernest has come out and said is personal to him. He feels like L.A. gave up on him, okay? He feels, that they thought he'd be out of the league. I love this for him because John Schneider and Mike McDonald swoop on in like the diabolical masterminds that they are, and they get him out of Tennessee at the deadline last year. And you cannot tell me it's one of the better moves that has happened, because look what he has done. He's been incredible, imperative part of this defense. He's the green dot guy in Seattle. Rams trash to the green dot guy in Seattle, the guy who calls the defense every play. He leads the team in tackles. He leads all linebackers with 5 picks on the year like you're seeing. This is a nice little resume, Mr. Snead. No, I know his timing doesn't fit. I understand. The Rams are doing okay. The Rams are okay. This isn't about the Rams. But it's kind of fun, like, underlying little story for him, right? Like the return yards off these interceptions, it's insane. Like I said, running and running and running. And it's kind of bigger than anything that I just said. By everybody's account, he's been the green dot, the heartbeat of that locker room. Cooper Kupp called him one of the best leaders he's ever been around. Sam Darnold thought he was lying when he told Sam that he turned 26 last month, because he carries himself with that veteran presence so much so that he wanted to check his birth certificate and see the age. Not to be lost in all of this, he's having this beautiful year, one that should, by the way, grab him his first Pro Bowl. Please vote Ernest Jones into the Pro Bowl. It's a season that he dedicated to his dad, Ernest Jones III. He passed away right before training camp. He had sarcoma, dealing with a disease, and he had to say bye to his dad. He said, "This is the year that I want to have." He credited his faith with getting him through all of this, and it has been really special. All things considered, that entire picture, very hard to not root for him tomorrow night, to get this big opportunity to do something really special, take down the team that shipped you out of town to the Titans, and it would move your Seahawks, Ernest, not only into first place in the NFC West, but the 1 seed, like I said, up for grabs in the entire conference. It's up for your grabs, Ernest, and it's very, very hard to not root for him. Very easy, in fact, to root for him to have that kind of success, which we love. Let's look at maybe the Super Bowl odds, if we can pull those up for Coach. Who do you like? Am I sleeping on that Texans defense? No joke. Patriots, Are you in? Like, who are you in on?
I'm all in on Houston's defense, that's for sure. And especially if they sneak it out and win at home.
They're not even on here.
Yeah, I know. The Packers, they're playing really good football right now. Something's missing, although Micah has really made a big difference. If Seattle gets the home field advantage, watch out. That defense. I think the Bills, Patriots, it all depends on home field advantage. But I picked Denver to go to the Super Bowl, and right now I picked Seattle.
Texans sitting there at plus 1,600, I'm told, just below Philly. A couple quick questions. What are the Packers missing?
I don't know. They looked really good the other night against the Bears. Christian Watson being back helps big time with his explosiveness. Gosh. And he showed up big time. It's hard to count the Lions up, but they might not even make the playoffs. And But I think there's just, I guess they got to do it. I just got to see him do it.
Right. There's something where I'm like, I like that Jordan's letting it rip more. I think that's important.
Yeah.
Let him do that. Jacobs looked good, got in the end zone. Like, they looked tough on D, like we were saying about Mike. But there's still something, and they're going to have Chicago again in Chicago. And I'm just like, you guys really have to prove it over these next 2 games for me, because it's just like this. I mean, if it's them or the Rams, the Rams are winning the Super Bowl. The Rams are perfect. The Rams, they're boring perfect, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think, with their running game and Puka and Devontae and Matthews playing lights out at his age, it's just amazing. I've always said he's the only quarterback I'd go out and watch warm up. He's just amazing. And,
I like your Seattle. Go ahead.
Seattle, like I said, home field advantage between the Rams and the Seahawks. I don't think you want to. The Seahawks have way bigger, huge home field advantage because SoFi sells out to the opposing crowd so much. You know, you saw Pittsburgh, you saw Philly.
You
so
like the
everybody
Seattle
take that
crowd.
stadium over.
Yeah, you're so funny. Okay, Seattle. This is my last one for you. I want to buy somebody. I was at a dinner last night talking about Seattle. They're the sneaky one. Why don't you, if you like them, that must mean that you don't believe this narrative that Sam can't win that big game wherever it might be. Can you help me understand? There's a lot of data for those big games, and Sam, not just like struggling, like the meltdown of Sam Darnold. What do you make of that?
That's a real thing until you win it. And like I said, if they get it home and win the first one, he's going to feel real more comfortable in the second one. And once he gets comfortable, watch out. And with JSN and everybody's got out there and that defense, yeah, I mean, the 12 is real. That's a great place to go play.
So you think so we're talking to you, Seattle crowd. Come up, support your guy. It's a real thing. They get the Rams again next week with the West on the line. Huge, huge game. And he has not fared well against that defense, even a little bit. I'd like to buy Seattle. You just gave me a little more confidence. BA, you're the best. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. It is so great to see you. And everybody, go stream Raise the Flags. If you're a football fan, you want the nostalgia, the creamsicles, everything, the pirate ship, the whole thing. It is a 10-part docuseries celebrating 50 years of Bucs football featuring Bruce Arians, and you can see it on Prime. Thanks, Coach.
Happy holidays.